And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Just leaving the gym, as promised. I'm coming on live to you. I'll allow it to load. But we have the question. Okay, this is the topic for today. The live stream. Just order me some food. We got 8 people on the chat. You guys hit the like button. 24 on the chat. Welcome, guys. Come one, come all. Hit the like button as we enter the ongoing debate now, because we know of Demetrius Barnes. What's up? Counterpunch to you. Hell's Bells 247. Good to have your channel back. Absolutely. It's good to be back. Hey, baby, Lady Shine in the house. Counterpunch to you. There's been a controversy with promoters, not necessarily fighters, because fighters fight, promoters promote, as we know. And the question is, who's right? Who's right between Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn? Okay. Yahi, Alex Riahi, Mohammed El Alali. Hello from North Africa. Counterpunch to you. Kanya Base. Shout out from South Africa. From North Africa to South Africa. Africa's in the house. Morocco. Ghetto Love. What's up, brother? Counterpunch back to you. NB. Counterpunch to you back, brother. That guy. What's going good? What's good, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hello from London, England. London, England's in the house. I love the Bob Arum voice you do. Hey, you know what? Bob Arum is getting raspier as the more he tokes, don't he? He's, he let the cat out of the bag. I didn't even know Bob Arum smoked weed until the Corona season. So a lot of people, you got to know who they really were when they just sat around the house. You know what I mean? What do they do on their spare time? Billy Joe Saunders likes to beat chicks up, and Bob Arum likes to smoke weed. I love this shit. It's so damn good. I hope I don't run out. Barry Lee, shout out from Scotland. Counterpunch to you. Oh, absolutely. Brixton, stand up. Tony Corbett, Birmingham, England in the house. Scott Riddy, counterpunch back to you. Mohammed, thanks, my man. I love the boxing community. This sport is blessed. We are here from different backgrounds and talking about the sport of the elite. Absolutely. That's what it's about right there. Everybody coming together at one common ground, and that's boxing. The sport that I love, that I hate so much, is what it is. Had a good workout. I'm at an Italian place, got a Philly cheesesteak, about to throw it down my chest. Fries, light salt, with a Sprite. All right. But the topic, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, howdy from the Ozarks. Marcus Martin, where in the Ozarks? Are you in Arkansas or are you in Missouri? Because I know that's a huge number. I'll try my best. Thank you for the super chat, Demetrius Barnes. She got a punch to you. Shout out from Ireland. Glad to see your channel back. Bless Kurt. Joseph, is it Ajayi? Okay. Antonio Matthews, Hearn. But I would think boxing would only use football outside of stadiums at a 10% capacity. That's the only hope for any type of live game. Chris Serrano, counterpunch to you, brother. Barry Lee, nice one. Neosho, Missouri. Oh, Missouri. Man, have you seen the Ozarks? They got the second one coming out. I mean, the fourth season coming out. I caught up on that in Corona season. It was an awesome show. I can't wait till that shit to come out. I had a friend in I think the third season. And when I saw him, they blew my mind. I'm like, Phil! I had to call him. We will be who will see the winner when Fury versus AJ held where Bob wants it to be. Look. I think this is what I think about Bob Arum. I think Bob Arum is accustomed to certain things. You know, the boxing stores. What's good? Counter punch to you. Counter punch back to you. Hit the like button, guys. We got 42 on the chat. Let's get 42 likes. Let's get over 42 likes. Why not? Wild show. It is a wild show. Forget the damn gate. To gate or not to gate? That is the question. Ha ha. Counter punch to you. You know, nice and clever. Whatever's clever. Skrilla50. What's up, brother? Counter punch to you. But no, I think, honestly, I think people are looking at it the wrong way. I think Bob Arum is so accustomed to that revenue that it's kind of hard to fathom. Like, it's money that we know we can make, but we can't. Tony Barley, what's up, brother? Kurt in chat, salute. Counterpunch to you, brother. Lemon cheesecake. Counterpunch to you. Oh, glad you got your channel back. Keep your eyes on the haters, man. Oh, you got to. You got to. Absolutely. You know, it's good to be back, though. You know, I must admit, I was taken by surprise on that one. But, don't worry. Do not worry. It's all good. Front, center, and attention. The lookout. But Hearn is one of those guys that I think he rolls with the culture. The culture of right now is separation. Okay, you have to understand what you have to do, and he's able to adapt. So he's more adaptive because I think he's younger, and when you're younger, you're able to adapt more. Whereas someone old, they don't have tolerance like they used to. Like Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn's a fucking idiot. I'll do a video on that exclusively, but he went at Eddie Hearn because the problem is, guys, that Eddie Hearn is going along or going just going with the whole idea and making the fight Anthony Joshua, Kubrat Pulev. He's doing it because he's like, we're not waiting. Dillian White can do it. Alexander Povetkin can do it. Anthony Joshua can do it. So can Kubrat Pulev. What do you have to deal with? Because there's no light at the end of the tunnel. I keep telling people that. There's nothing that ensures us, guarantees us, anything like that lets us know that, hey, this shit is going to end at a certain date. Like, things are going to be back to normal by February. There's nothing promising that. What happened to your channel, Kurt? Oh, it was just attacked. People tried to sabotage my shit. Who you got in Loma versus Lopez? I don't know. I would go for Loma just first off, just from skill alone. But then Lenatus can put down Loma. But is Lenatus a Lopez? No. But that's a tricky that's a tricky question. Because I'm actually looking at both fighters and I'm getting caught up on reviewing Loma's fights and Teofimo's fights. Promoters must give Africa a shout to mega fights. There is a big fan base, especially in countries like Morocco, Nigeria, Ghana. These countries are the real deal. We can deliver very entertaining nights. I believe that. Mohammed. I believe that can happen. It always happened. Look and something always exciting happens. Okay, look what happened in Zaire. Look what happened in Johannesburg. Okay, Muhammad Ali knocked out George Foreman. Hasim Rahman knocked out Lennox Lewis. Okay, and these were two fights that people thought, they looked at that, they were way off. All that happened right in Africa. TIA, baby. TIA. This is Africa. That's what happens in Africa. So that going along with huge outdoor crowds, imagine if you can televise, people can see it live, and then they can have people far apart to ensure the safety. It could happen. Best knockouts ever. Absolutely. Look when Lennox Lewis got knocked out. When Lennox Lewis ever went down, his ass was out. One thing about him, he was like the boss and the undisputed and the last undisputed and all that good stuff. But when those 2 losses that he took, they were definite. There was no bullshit where, I mean, I know the first fight with Holyfield, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the true losses, because that was actually a draw. So they could have robbed the man. Okay. So, take that for what it is. But the times that he lost, he was knocked out. Africa's in the blood. I think you can relate. Yeah. Gary Craven, John Wilson versus Swin Hammer on YouTube now. Unbelievable. Wow, okay. Africa is a continent, homes a lot of rich African countries. It is. A lot of people forget that, I mean, you know how projection and perception is. When people think of Africa, you think of lions, tigers, and like a gang of shitload of infomercials that show poor kids. That's what you see. But it's much, 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 much more than that. Counterpunch. They won't pay $100 meal, 100 mil like Saudi. Oof. Counterpunch. Saudi has that's the thing. You're right, Kurt. I can't remember Lewis getting back up from a knockdown. He goes down like he's out, man. It's like out like a light, and that's done. I mean, Dillian White done. Dillian White. Klitschko put it on Lewis till that cut got worse. He did, and that was a fight I always wanted to see him run back. And I lost respect for Lennox Lewis, and I don't care. I don't care if it was going to be his last fight. The man did a good job with Vitali. Vitali did a good job with Lennox Lewis. The only difference was that Vitali had thin skin, him and his brother. They got that Arturo Gotti skin. It's thin as shit. You slap them wrong, it's going to cut. You know what I mean? That's just them. Not everyone's blessed with having the skin for the business, but that doesn't mean they can't do the business with the skills that they possess. And Vitali had those. Unfortunately, when he got caught, that was a nasty cut. It was, but to be fair, was the Tyson Fury, well, it was bad too, but they let that fight continue. So, I wish Lennox Lewis and Bo happened. Yeah, me too. What do you think of Mayweather and Logan? I don't Bayley, I don't even really think about that. I think it's a money grab, and that's that. Mayweather knows what he's doing. He's gonna make money at the end of the day. Mayweather's gonna be 50 years old. I'm gonna fight Hulk Hogan. I think I'm gonna fight Hulk Hogan. He's the best in the WWE. Once upon a time, he's the TBE. It's the WWE. I'm the best. I'm the TBE of boxing. So, we can make that happen. I know he's 78 and I'm 50, but it's never too late. This is Floyd Mayweather, Money Mammy, TMT. And we're gonna do it. I'll do it for 20 mil, though. I'll do it for 20 mil. God of War, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Kurt, who do you pick to win, AJ or Fury? I don't know, man. I want to see what they're going to do in their next fight, and I give that to you, God of War. I'm sorry, baby boy shit won. I'll give that to you. I got you have to see. You have to see, because both of these guys had experimental fight plans. Let's see how they come in their next fight. Let's see if they remain the same. Australia is a consideration. If a fighter has global appeal, they have crowds. Look, Jeff Hearn and Manny Pacquiao, they brought it out. I don't think the judges were in their favor, though. Davis versus Leo moved to October 31st. Yeah, in Texas, they want a gate. Yeah, they want a gate. They want that shit. They really want it. They want it to see, people need money, and I think you have to remember something. Leo Santa Cruz has the fan base. Without the fan base, that fight really don't have that much appeal. Because how many people are going to watch it pay-per-view versus how many people will go see it that support Leo Santa Cruz? And that's in Texas. Everything's better in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Everything. You have that stadium. That stadium's massive. $1 billion stadium out there. Facts. Takes you $100 fucking to park. Facts. It happens. But yeah, it's half the boxers can't get in into Oz, LOL, one of the hardest countries to clear immigration. What's up, Kirk? Glad to have you back, brother. Love your content. Keep it real. One for all plus ultra. I like that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Best place to get to eat in Texas. Ah, shit, I don't know. You know, I hear in Amarillo, or Amarillo, Amarillo, Texas, they have this place. I can't remember the name of it, but they're known for the T-bones. And the T-bones are like this big. They're like that thick, and they're like this big around. I want to go. I've never been there, but I want to go. I want to check it out because I love a big steak. A big steak with smothered onions and mushrooms on it, and like macaroni or broccoli, and a big ass beer with a water with lemon. Done. Yes, I'm hungry. Yes, I'm hungry because I'm waiting for this shit. You know, as a matter of fact, let me check real quick and I'll be right back with you because I got to get my food. I'll be right back. Curbside. And then funny, they're supposed to bring this shit out, but I guess they're lazy. One moment after these messages. Okay, gang, I am back. All right. Unmask myself. You know, I had my earbuds walking in there and I really didn't think. YouTube is real funny about certain shit. Okay, guys, I am back. Yeah, I robbed the bank. I sure did. I robbed it. Here's the loot. Okay, that looks not what I thought it's going to look like. That looks like something you buy from a frozen food section in Kroger or Walmart. They must have a timer lock. It's Karen DeVille now, and he wants to speak to the manager. Come out of the bag running in with his mask. You know, I always wondered that though, you know. Fuck you. I always wondered, like, shouldn't someone take advantage of this time? Now I know if they closed everything, but then some banks are open at some lobbies, and you think like this would be the perfect opportunity to have masks on and nobody knows what the fuck you look like. You know, so I don't know. Maybe that did happen somewhere that people just like, you know what? Everybody got to wear a mask. Let's rob some shit. Kurt, knack with a big bag of wild boar meat. Hell yeah. Got that shit right here. Full of nadrolone. Whatever the hell that is. You better be quiet before you get struck. The boxing source just fooling around. Yeah, Michael, that's what I'm thinking. Have you got the money? No, I don't got the money. I got gold bars. I was telling my wife that. Yeah, I had to get my stuff. Yeah, it's definitely lunchtime. But back to the topic, man. Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. Who thinks that Bob Arum is right? I mean, who thinks that Bob Arum has a valid point on why they should have live gates? Who do you think should who you think should wait? Graham Taylor. Happy that you got your channel back. Thank you very much. You know. And someone will be transferring a large amount of money in the Cayman somewhere. Jake Green, thank you, man. It's good to be back. Good to be back. What's your take on Usyk versus Chisora? Can Usyk take heavyweight punches well? Can Chisora pull an upset? Joseph, I tell you what. I don't know if Usyk can take punches well at heavyweight. I don't know that. But I do know that Chisora can cause an upset. We've seen it. You know, Chisora will give people problems. Chisora will put you down. It's a good test, you know. Even though I wanted to see Usyk versus Tyrone Spong. You remember that? He was like 14-0, and then he's supposed to had some weird thing, and he swore up and down. You know, he was like, "Yo, I never took shit." So what is everybody talking about? There was a setup. It's a setup, I tell you. So it would be shitty if it was, because you know that just shows you the core of how bad boxing really is. Why is Bill up saying that when he pushed to be the first one? If it was, because you know that just shows you the core of how bad boxing really is. Why is Bill up saying that when he pushed to be the first one to put on cards with no fans? The boxing source. Let me counterpunch you. Keep the sport going to certain fighters in certain events. The reason why he did that, because he wanted to appear like the person that wanted to keep the sport going to certain fighters in certain events. He probably would have pulled that shit for a smaller venue. But he ain't gonna do it for Wilder Fury. That's like the big boys. That's the big bucks. That's what makes his ass smile like this with them rosy ass cheeks. Derek! You know? Yeah, he can afford that. And he's pissed at Hearn right now because Eddie Hearn, he's going through with the whole Joshua Pulev thing being behind closed doors. He hates that shit. He really hates it. You know? Barry Lee, thank you, man. It's good to be back. Bob is an analog promoter living in a digital world. That is absolutely true, Jamie. And things are not going to ideally happen no more. See, promoters don't really give two shits about really who fights and for the rest of their career. It doesn't matter whether defeated or no longer marketable. They're going to go to the next person and start promoting them. That's how it works. Promoters could give two shits about who's really that, but they respect and they know who's really that, because who's really that is the people that sell, that make them money. Again, he can get knocked the fuck out right again, because see, at this point, once you start getting knocked out, that's it. Not saying he couldn't pull a Lennox Lewis. His only second loss, because Lennox Lewis he got knocked the fuck out too, and he came back. But understand this though. The way Dillian White's went down in his career, he got knocked out by Joshua. He went down by Parker too, but Parker wasn't an uppercut. However, the tough Colombian kid Rivas was, and I pay attention to fighters and I see what works and what don't work. And what don't work for Dillian White is an uppercut to the face, to the chin. Okay? He can't take one on the chin like that from an uppercut. That velocity of pressure that catches him right there. Those nerves, you have nerves, pressure points. When you expose them, the easier it is for you to go out again. Look at Amir Khan. Amir Khan takes a hard shot. Bow! Go to sleep. Night, motherfucker. Bye. He's done. I mean, because it's just that easier because his chin, his nerves, they've received damage in that area. It's a weak point forever. It doesn't get better. Your fucking chin don't get better. It gets worse. You wear down in time. Boxing will wear any fighter down. Ask any boxer. What's going on? True, Oscar Rivas rocked him. And Oscar, I think Oscar Rivas, I look at him, everybody's talking about Mike Tyson and his comeback. And I love Mike Tyson. But I think Mike should try. I think Mike should train Oscar Rivas. Imagine Oscar Rivas moving, because he's already built. You can't say the bastard's not tough. He ate all them punches from Dillian White. He beat Fat Boy in the amateurs. So yeah, he's got a following. He's a tough kid. He was the other dude, the other Latin fellow to beat Brian Jennings, and Brian Jennings is a gatekeeper by now. Let's just face it, he's a gatekeeper. He's tough, but he's that guy that never really made it. He's always stepped up. When he stepped up, he didn't make it. And each time he did step up and he fought these tough guys, they beat him. He lost to Klitschko. He lost to Ortiz. He lost to Rivas. You know what I mean? But so what I'm saying is, Rivas, to beat Brian Jennings, you have to have some type of skill set. Because Brian Jennings is a tough Philly fighter. Okay, Philly fighters don't stop. They fight with sticks, stones, and box. Everybody, drop that like. Yeah, drop that like. Let's get 70 likes. We got 49 of them right now, by the way. He gets dumb like he just took a stupid pill or something. Beep. Oh. Rivas versus Ruiz, that would be good. And I think if Ruiz was like, if Andy Ruiz was creative about his career, he would want to fight Rivas. That would be a fight that he would want. But something funny about Bob. Bob is he's vindictive, and he's a grudge holder. Because even if Ruiz wanted to fight Rivas signed with Top Rank. You can't fight that because I don't think Bob Arum would want it. He's a two-bit loser. He just had a lucky punch. Him and Anthony Joshua can kick rocks. I'm not fighting him with my fighter. That's what'll happen. Look what he did to Mikey Garcia. He didn't want Mikey Garcia to fight anybody that he had. So that would have been a problem for Mikey Garcia to fight Loma. It's because of fucking Bob Arum. You know what I mean? A lot of them times people were saying Mayweather and Pacquiao didn't make it. Mayweather and Pacquiao, why? That didn't really happen a lot because of who? Bob Arum. Bob Arum used to promote who? Floyd Mayweather. They had problems. They had run-ins. Okay? So, yeah, that happened. Bob Arum is a big cock blocker when it comes to boxing a lot of times. A lot of people don't really realize that. He's been around a long time, but he gets vindictive, He's the mayor of Loserville. I don't understand the sudden high horse he's suddenly got on. He's acting like he's the sports savior. I don't know, man. Ruiz is also spoiled off of that AJ money. Hell yeah, Antonio. He didn't want to fight nobody this year. No, I'm not doing it. It's not AJ. I want AJ 3. Let's fucking make it happen. And it just lets you know there's a beginning and there's a freaking end. And the freaking end happened in the second fight. Because, Ruiz, if he was creative, he would have beat White, took White's ass out. If he took White out, there's no one really over there besides you got Usyk and Joshua and Parker. You know, you have those guys. He could have rematched Parker. He could have done that. He didn't do that shit. The Dillian White, oh, it's fucking fake. They're lying over there. They're liars. I didn't want 4 million. I'm like, dude, you ain't made that fucking much money ever. Your fight purses were mediocre, 200,000. I think he had a $500,000 one time. You know what I mean? And that was like, yo, that was money to him, but he was still broke because of everything else. He had to pay himself off from under Bob Arum and all that. Yeah, I mean, he'll do that shit. He'll do that. I'll fight for $1 million. I'll do it. I'll do it, but it has to be somebody that ain't worth the shit. Somebody with low risk. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for the opportunity. I thank God. He loves that shit. I'm like, dude, you okay? That's good there, Andy. You know? I'm really thankful. Who should Jermell Charlo fight next? I don't know, man. I think he should fight Hearn. I think because both of those guys have losses now. They both had their trials and tribulations. Hearn with J-Rock. Jermell with Tony Harrison. So I think those guys should fight each other now. I think they should make that fight happen. Since he's a unified, I think Jermell now should go back to the original rivalry with Jared Swift Hearn. That would be one hell of a fight, I can tell you, because them boys are gonna bang. That's a fight I really wanted to see, but it got canceled. But see, here's the thing. That's the problem with waiting so long to make these fights, thinking these fights are going to get bigger until someone gets beat. Counterpunch. You know, but Al Heyman is a very successful, very intelligent advisor / promoter / manager / every fucking thing else. But he has a tendency to wait too long and to be in-house too much. And even with the in-source fighters, he tries to drag it out, and then things like that happen in the sport of boxing. You have to be, but some things you just don't know. You're not aware of. So you don't expect Al Heyman to be a mind reader, because if he was, he would have not had Tony Harrison fighting or J-Rock fighting Jared Swift Hearn. Jared Swift Hearn supposed to win in there and knocked out J-Rock. We didn't fancy the White fight. No, he didn't. He didn't fancy it. He sure the fuck didn't fancy it. He didn't want it. And then how I know he didn't want that fight? Based on the other fight. And like my man said, shout out to him. You know who you are. That it was all about the AJ money. See, when you start getting money like that, you start smelling yourself. When you start smelling yourself, that's how that was. Just got everyone at 154. He could do it. Yeah, he could do a World Boxing Super Series thing at that way. He could, but if you're stretching out fights like that, why bother? What I don't want to happen is I don't want him to put Lara in there when Lara should have beat the Charlos a long time ago. But then, of course, they were all trained by the same fighters. Trained by the same trainer, which was Ronnie Shields down there in Houston. Well, Jermell, he's up there with Derek James. So D-Town Blaster, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Oh, man, thank you. I hope you're having a good day. Mr. Steve UK, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Huey Fury would beat Ruiz. He could if he could stay away from him, which he can. And Ruiz just showed everybody, hey, just outbox you. Don't try to trade with you, Anthony. Thanks, Joseph. Joseph already showed you what you need to do. Keep moving with a big mobile guy with fast hands. Because if he can catch you, Benatti, counterpunch to you, brother. If he can catch you, he can hurt you. If you exchange with you give him opportunities. But if you don't give him opportunities, you pure box that motherfucker. Keep that jab in his face. Every so often he gets a little close, pop his ass with the right hand. If he wants to deal with you, hit his ass with the left hook and move around. You got him. Unless Andy has lost so much weight he can track you down and cut off the ring, which that remains to be seen because he ain't fought nobody. Counterpunch. Yeah, Andy started acting brand new when he needs to reset and respect the sport or leave because he's a great fighter. I would watch him fight most. Yeah, I think he's a good fighter. Andy Ruiz only lost twice too, and he lost to Joseph Parker in a split decision, mind you. It was a split decision. That shit wasn't no shutout. That shit wasn't like no AJ Ruiz 2, or sorry, Ruiz Joshua 2. Got to get it right. Got to get it right because he was the unified champion at the time. It wasn't like that. He just said, fuck it. I'm getting paid. I don't give a shit if I win or lose. Fuck it. We're going to party. We're going to party before. We're going to party after. We're going to have a good time, Essa. We're going to love it. Bring out the green asada. Carne asada. Bring it out, babe. Shit, let's have the coronas, man. Let's fucking chill. I got the check now. It's going to be a nice flight back to from Saudi Arabia, Holmes. I love it. I love this fight. I love it. Fucking AJ, man. I fucking beat AJ, man. I got him. I almost hit him. You remember the second round? I made his nose bleed. I made his eye bleed too. He cut me, but I cut him. I cut him. Oh, I fucking cut him, man. I got rock hard when I cut him. I got rock hard, Holmes. Oh, man. Thought when I was with my old lady. Povetkin is 47 years younger. He is younger, so I'd go for him. I would love to see Ruiz under Eddie Reynoso against Martin under Manny Robles. Oh, that would be badass. The boxing source. You know what? That's probably going to happen one day. One day that's going to probably happen. No doubt. That probably may happen because Charles Martin's career and Manny Robles and Charles, I think they've got closer since Andy's out of the picture. So if Andy's out of the picture, that gives him more time to deal and to work with Charles Martin. Charles Martin, I think he's doing some shit. The heavyweight division is so interesting. Why? Because you have so many heavyweights tonight. And a lot of these heavyweights people don't think about until they do something. Look at Andy Ruiz, for example. Nobody gave a shit about Andy Ruiz. Nobody gave him a chance in hell to beat Anthony Joshua, but he did it. So that gives you an amount. If you got guys like Charles Martin, look at it like this. Let's look at how this rock, paper, scissors shit unfolds. You got Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington knocked out the Nordic Nightmare, right? Hellenius. Okay. Adam Kaunaki beat Gerald Washington. Robert Hellenius knocked out Adam Kaunaki, right? Charles Martin beat Gerald Washington. You see what I'm saying? So all these guys are beating each other. So sooner or later, Charles Martin, he's only got 2 losses, and he lost to Adam Kaunaki, and he lost to AJ. So what's going to happen with, it's going to be an inside back, a backdoor rivalry because of the trainers and the history behind the trainers. Because Manny Robles, Manny's still hurt over that shit. He's hurt over Andy. He don't hate him or nothing, but he's hurt the way it happened because why is it you have to get money or be blessed with the opportunity you never had on all of a sudden you want to fall out with the guy? We can't look at Andy and say, well, Andy, ain't never done this before because he has. But why now? He's been with shit. He's been with Abel Sanchez. He's been with Freddie Roach. He's been with shit. He talked to Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas was like, yo, you gonna do it my way or the highway? And he chose the highway. But Manny Robles, he was the person that he needs the respect. There is no way you can tell some trainer that, hey, it's my fault, then turn back around and fire him. Or get somebody else to do it. And then, that I lost a lot of respect for Andy because he did that shit, because he could have done that. But a lot of people want other people to do the dirty work. So that's shitty. Charles Martin is coming up. And I think out of all bad things, some good things do come, right? Some good things come out of all bad things. And I think the good thing is Manny Robles, Andy Ruiz hurt him. But guess what? He has time to focus on Charles Martin. Charles Martin looked really good against Gerald Washington. He countered and bow, hit that boy, caught that boy, took that boy out. You know what I mean? That was a great accomplishment on the fact that he was the guy that beat Hellenius, because Hellenius beat Adam Kaunaki. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people look at that. That puts that puts Charles Martin back into the loop, back into the same loop. So he's looking good right now. He wants another shot at AJ. I think AJ beats him again, but he's been in there with AJ, and hopefully he won't make the same mistake. Okay, you got to be first, and you don't let yourself get caught with the counter right. And that's what he was doing. He did the same shit all over again, you know? He tried to throw a right hook, and Anthony just stepped to the right, boom, caught him with the left, caught him flush, right? Stepped to the right, caught him with the right, he went down. Got back up, did the same shit. So I think Manny is working on, and I think Charles Martin is thinking about that, because Charles Martin went off the rocker for a minute. Strange things happen to people when they make that AJ money, along with that Mayweather money. They get weird, But you can say that about a lot of other fighters like Canelo. Danny Jacobs broke up with Andre Rozier. We get to a certain plateau, they get to certain money, yeah, like brand new. They started getting brand new, definitely. Joshua versus Fury, who would win? I'll let you know after they fight again. Fury to beat Josh. Okay. I think you said that yesterday. Best show. Gerald Johnson. Thank you. Joshua's arms are like my legs. Yeah. He's getting big again. A great Mexican accent. Kurt Bob Arum is best. I think Martin will think he can do it what Ruiz did from the blueprint, but I don't think he had in him. AJ wins 10 out of 10 fight versus Martin. One thing though, I think, because let's look at Charles Martin for a minute. Charles Martin is a southpaw, 6'5", very big, former champion, former IBF champion. He got knocked out by AJ. I mean, he got hit with AJ and it was almost like he didn't know what the hell hit him. That's what happens. You get hit, you kind of like, your adrenaline is up, but then you're shocked. Your computer is like kind of had a reset. It goes into a reset mode. So he's looking, like shit. Nobody's behind the steering wheel for a minute. So he's just looking like 3, 4, 5. He's looking at the dude like, yo, what the fuck happened? And it happens. Now, AJ did that to him with his right, not his left hook, not the right uppercut, because Joshua has this, he puts in leverage on that right uppercut, right? Okay. He gets caught with a straight right both times, and he goes down. Puts him on his ass with the right hand. Now, Adam Kaunaki, his second loss, okay? Adam Kaunaki's second loss. Adam Kaunaki hit Charles Martin with so many damn punches, right? Every punch Adam Kaunaki threw, he damn near hit Charles Martin. Charles Martin, he was game, but I think he came on too late, because he started throwing bombs, but it then goes to show you like the punching power between someone like Joshua and someone like Adam Kaunaki, the baby-faced assassin. Now he can punch. He's known to be a good puncher. He can get guys out of there, but you can see the difference. It's a difference in punching power. Somebody like AJ hitting you with a straight right and putting you on your ass, where you could take punches from Adam Kaunaki for fucking 12 rounds. That's a big difference in power right there. I'm sorry. If you look at it that way, if Adam Kaunaki wailed on at Charles Martin for 12 fucking rounds and hit him with some good shots, but then Anthony Joshua, you couldn't last 2 rounds with a guy like that, that shows you the difference in punching power. Kurt, did you give Rosario acting lessons for his fight with Charlo? Nah, I should have though, because I think that was whack. Like, I'm not on you. The fuck up, dude. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, I just don't buy it. And I just read an article, which I'm gonna do another video on here in a little bit, because I gotta train. I got somebody I gotta train. But so I gotta split here in a second. But I'm gonna do another video, because they said Rosario was this dude, they say he was nodding off in the ring, like in the corner rather. I'm like, what the fuck? What was he doing? Cheers from Estonia. Rhaegar Mulanson. Counterpunch to you. You forgot that Luis Ortiz was slated to fight Scott Alexander in the Ruiz Arreola undercard, but the date has been pushed back. You forgot that fucking Ruiz turned that shit down too. Everybody talk about Ruiz. You talk about El Cubano, Luis Ortiz. Everybody talks about Ortiz. He's all old. But when push comes to shove, nobody wants to fight that motherfucker. You know? Abdi Hussein. What's up, brother? Kind of punched you. I'm not accusing Jermel, but something went on. Look, man, as long as I'm not the only one, because you know, people give me stick, and I've got comments. Oh, you hate everything the PBC does. Bitch, if I hated everything the PBC did, I wouldn't have bought the fucking fight. Counterpunch. I wouldn't have bought it. I would have found somebody with a fire stick and just watched that shit there. I would have done that. I wouldn't have bought and purchased that shit if I hated PBC so much. I love all boxing. Stop that shit. But you know, I had one thing to say about Jermel. The shit looked funny. Like I was the only one that said that. Oh, it's Kurt. He doesn't like PBC. Can we say that Big Baby Miller's career is officially over? I don't know. Maybe his cock is officially over. Shit. Big Baby Miller. Cheeseburgers, bitch. No, limp burgers, motherfucker. You, you know, yeah, it was in the fucking big black ant pill or some shit. Like, what was it? Big black ant, whatever. Dude, but I can tell you, the desperation is real. I can tell you that. Ant peels. Black ant peels. But that had nothing to do with that. That was actually the wang. I'm a blame on the wang. Come on, man. Shit. But I don't think it's over. Give it as another year. When Corona's over, people are gonna roast him. He just came with some clean tests. If he can come with some clean, if he keeps fucking, if he does it again, I think the third time's a charm. I don't think 2 times fucking baseball. Because you remember they didn't suspend him last time, and they should have, but they didn't. Wonder if Miller thought about the aftermath of that excuse. No, he didn't. He's just trying to get back in because he's trying to show people, see, it wasn't me. That's what he's trying to do. You know, had problems getting it up. I don't know, get you a better sex partner, or stop doing drugs, or lose some weight. You know, something. Because you gotta have, like, if you're a young guy and you're in shape, you shouldn't have any problems like that. I'm sorry, you should not. You should not have any problems like that. If my ass was 32 years old and I had to pop pills, oh shit, it's over. You know? Kurt, do you still work for the Zone? Never worked for the Zone. I work for all of them. ESPN, PBC, you know. Smooth Will. Kurt, you have to take the best MMA fighter on the planet. If you take the best MMA fighter on the planet and the best boxer on the planet could be. It depends on what platform, Smooth Will. I mean, if it's just a street fight, shit, it's the MMA guy because he knows how to do shit versus one thing. You know, the best MMA fighter is going to take you to the ground and break something. You know, unless he gets his ass punched by, you know, that boxer if he has massive punching power. It depends, really. It really depends on who hits who can exercise the game plan about somebody boxing versus the MMA. But if you threw a boxer in the UFC and he don't know anything but boxing, hits you with 1, 2, 3, then what happens? You know, wrestlers, people are notorious for it. You get in a bar fight, you hit somebody in the face, bow. If you can tell instinctively if that person can't fight versus wrestle. You might hit somebody, boom. And if he dies for you, that means, okay, this is a fucking wrestler, WWE motherfucker. You know what I mean? But if he gets you on the ground at your ass, because if he can get you on the ground, what he intends to do, because if he tackles you at your chest or at your midsection and he's down on the ground, he's going to come up over you, put you on a half mount and beat your brains out. So you better be ready. That's why I tell anyone that if you're a fan of boxing, you have to learn, go roll. Go some jujitsu. Go at least do that, because that'll at least teach you a ground game. It could teach you something that's gonna get you, that's gonna bring you. Because a lot of people do that shit. A lot of people can't fight. A lot of people don't know what countering and all that shit. They don't have any idea what that is. But they know if I can get this motherfucker on the ground, I'm gonna beat his brains out. That's what people focus on, especially when it's an instinctive thing, right? And if it's yeah, that wouldn't be fair. Kurt versus Aki in the cage. No, he's just too small. I ain't gonna do that to that dude. I don't know him like that. I mean, to hurt him No, I ain't gonna hurt him, like, cause I mean he's smaller than me. You know, the first thing they gonna say, man, you Kurt beat the shit out of a little Arab dude, and then then I'll be a bully. That ain't cool. Um, but no, if you're in a real life situation and you're at a bar someplace else and you get player things like that, and they know certain shit anyway. So if you punch them in the face, they don't know about hand to hand, but if they can get you on the ground, yeah, they can do something bad to you. But that's why you have to learn. You have to know enough about something to protect yourself from it, if that makes sense. You know? Look, I never seen that before or in a boxing match. Getting hit with a body shot and having a seizure after that. Look, fish. Yeah, it did. It did. And I thought he had a seizure. That's what I'm thinking. Like, yo, something happened to him that had nothing to do with the punch. Or maybe the punch made his, I don't know, what's down there? His bladder? Because it ain't nothing down there, actually. Because your liver's here. Okay. Your gallbladder's here. Your pancreas is somewhere here. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get what organ he could have hit that made him do what he did. You know? Ah. Yo, Kurt, good evening from England. Old Bob is losing the plot. Yeah, he's losing the plot, brother. Metal Box J, counterpunch to you. Like the Gracie family. Yeah, you have to know something. You have to learn. I really don't care for jiu-jitsu, but I started training about 10 years ago because it's people that, first of all, they train jiu-jitsu, so they know what to do. Not if, especially jiu-jitsu. Another dangerous one is hapkido. Hapkido is very, very dangerous. And if somebody can grab you, and that's all all they need you to do is grab them. You're giving them a gift. And if you do that, you've fucked up with somebody that knows hapkido. Like, seriously. Exactly. We know you're an honest dude and you're definitely not biased. That's why we love your channel. Eric, appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. But no, absolutely. Look, I recommend that for anybody. You don't have to like something to respect it. And don't, stuff like arm bars, stuff like that, things like that, people that know what they're doing, and see, it doesn't take long. And it doesn't matter how big you are. You could be a small 120-pound dude, take down a big motherfucker, and it's crazy, and yeah, I think I would recommend that for everyone because it's just too diverse and people are not boxers. People are people. People do what works for some person. They might try it might come off dirty for another person, but they don't care. They don't give a shit about none of that. They just want to hurt you because you're trying to hurt them. That's the reality of like street fighting. I always thought a fight between an MMA and boxer should be K1 rules. Split the difference. No money left. 5 pay-per-views before Christmas. No money for Loman Lopez at 4 a.m. Judah is always best. Juno, if I have a gun. Yeah, I know what you mean. The grappling wrestling, I feel, is truly the best. Yeah, see, a lot of people they decide to make that type of strategy. They ain't trying to. Why? Okay, if you're a wrestler, you're not gonna box a boxer. You're not even gonna try. That dude gonna light you up. He's gonna hit you about 3 or 4 good times. Lean on. Lean into those punches and take you out. Fuck your face up. Then you're gonna be looking stupid. Especially if if you're dealing with somebody pro, semi-pro, even an amateur, the guy that just knows how to box, knows how to reflex and pip, 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 pip. A real fight don't last long. It's nothing like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's it. That's all. That's all a real fight is. 30 seconds. Jarrell Miller has a new career as a sexual performance supplement enhancer spokesman. He should. That motherfucker should do something. And Jarrell Miller, it's not like he can't market himself. It's not like people won't listen because, you know, Jarrell Miller is, Jarrell Miller put himself in his situation to get the biggest amount of money. It just fucked up for him. It all fell through. But the brother sold that fight. He came to that DAZN launch when Anthony Joshua was in New York City, and came that, yo, fuck it. He came like Shannon Briggs. He was like a young Shannon. But just, you know, shit, he's from New York too, with the same kind of aggression. Yo, fuck that. You a pussy. Fuck that pussy. You know, fuck that. I'll fight you now. That type of shit. And he didn't stop. Plus, he was undefeated. He was brash. No one has beat him. Okay. So, you know, he's a big boy. He could throw all those punches at the same time. People forget that. So could he shit, I'm pretty sure that he can sell sexual performance and drugs. I can see it now. Jarrell Miller. Look, let me show you something about this pill. This particular pill here, the Black Ant pill. This is the pill that cost me millions of dollars, but it's giving me all the satisfaction in the bedroom. Jarrell Miller, Big Pill Miller. This is what it is. This is the truth. So if you have some problems down below, you better get with this shit for real, though. Jarrell Miller's Big Pill. This is Jarrell Miller's Big Ant Pill. There we have it. This is what it is. I'm Big Cheeseburgers, and everybody knows where I am, where I sit with this drug. Then I live by and I die by this drug at this point. Buy my shit. Cheeseburgers. Jarrell Miller, he could do that. I mean, what else is he doing? You know? But this is the reason. I'm not a cheater. The only thing I'm gonna cheat in is in the bedroom. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all Jarrell Miller can sell. Shit, he sold himself into the Joshua fight. He can sell some dick pills. Of course he can. Shit, he can sell some dick pills. Let him sell dick pills. Shit. That's what he's going by. Black Chinese ant pill or whatever. Brittany Devine. Who wins Jacobs versus Rosario? Ooh. That's a good day. I don't know. You mean Danny Jacobs versus Rosario, like Hearn Rosario? They're in a different weight class, right? Or do you mean Jamal versus... I want to see Jamal versus Danny Jacobs. That's what I want to see. Because, you know, those guys had a run-in before. You know, what going back and forth or whatever, whatnot. You know. Foreman got millions from the lean grill. Hell yeah, Jarrell Miller can do it. You know, I'm a former athlete, former kickboxer, former boxer, former ass kicker, former chick slammer. Look, this is Jarrell Miller. This is what I do. This is the shit that makes your dick thick. Shit, Jarrell Miller could do it. He could do it. I mean, it's better than going home and getting 400 pounds, okay? With his acting career. Okay. He meant Rosario. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Jarrell Miller can do it. But to wrap it up, guys, Bob Arum, I think he needs to get with the now. You know, this is not a situation where you can control all the time. And he's going to have to learn that. And if he doesn't learn that, the fans are going to miss out on big fights. The fighters themselves are going to miss out on money. And then him himself trying to be greedy is going to miss out on opportunities. You know, Eddie Hearn, I think, is the one that's sacrificing for the greater good, for the sport of boxing progressing, versus Bob Arum trying to keep things the way it is, but it's not the way it is. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for coming onto the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. We will come back as time permits. I'll fucking be working, so but I will party on the weekends. But I will get back to you guys with some new content coming soon in a couple hours. And you guys have been counterpunched. Peace.